Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Well, at least I know you can hear me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever your time zone is. It is so good to be back. I'm in a new setting. Um, and I didn't bring my mug with me. But you know what? It's still a fresh start. And I want to ride in on that horse right there. Okay. I want to ride in on that horse right there. Let me turn my phone down so I can oh so I can won't have any noise of anything coming in. Okay. Excuse me. Mm. Uh, I I want to ride right in on that right there. Listen, do you think because situations or your life at a given time in your fresh start knocks out your fresh start? Do you think that your life, speed bumps, challenges, whatever you want to name them, interrupts your fresh start? Hi, I'm Shauna Grace, and for those of y'all that are just joining me for the first time, excuse me, I am a certified life coach, and I love bringing perspectives to the mentality of those who have had experiences like I have, um, not being taught different things, didn't know certain things, and had to learn real late in life what I should have been raised in from a child. But I'm glad that I know it now. And I take time to help you to come to the same understanding and new image that I have come to. Okay. I want you to understand that circumstances, speed bumps, challenges, whatever your label is for them, does not hinder your fresh start. It doesn't. What it does is it gives you that perseverance, it gives you that determination to keep going, to not let it interrupt your fresh start, but to let it do what it needs to do. Okay? That's what you have to understand. You have to understand that you are in control through daddy. And you, those of y'all that have been following me know I call God daddy. Through daddy, okay? You are a, you are in control. You are in control, okay? You're in control of uh, your fresh start. Daddy has equipped you with everything you need to keep your fresh start. Speed bumps, challenges, situations, traumas, whatever the situation might be. Daddy, okay, daddy wants you to understand that he has given you the authority to hold on to your fresh start because your fresh start brings a new image. When you have a fresh start, who you were before your fresh start is not who you are now going to be moving forward. Okay? Moving forward. So, what you have to do is understand, and let me plug this in before you can't see me. Okay. Oh, we caught that, didn't we? All right. Whoever you were before your fresh start is not who you are now going forward. Again, I need you to understand that that's the purpose of your fresh start is to give you a new image. That's what it's all about, is to give you a new image. And what is that image? That image is that you be able to walk different, don't talk as much, okay? Discern others' behaviors towards you as now who you are versus who you were. I can tell you with the utmost passion and confidence, I am not who I used to be. I am not who I used to be. I used to live in the land of option. I used to live in the land of convenience. I used to live in the land of devalue. I used to live in the land of bare minimum. You say, well, Shauna Grace, good Lord, what's all that about? I let people make me an option. I was not their priority. I let people make me a convenience. If it was convenient, they could. While I rearrange all of my activities to accommodate them because on my list, they were a priority. But on their list, I was a convenience. I lived in the land of devalue. I let people devalue me. They could talk to me, say whatever they wanted to say, on my end, on my side, I'm, being understanding. Well, they probably had a bad day, and we're not gonna make a whole lot out of it, blah, 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 blah. No, honey, they were devaluing me and I tolerated it. And I lived in the land of bare minimum. What was bare minimum? They gave me the least. Well, we'll give her a day and that'll pacify her while all the rest of us have a whole week. We going on a cruise, we gonna have fun, but we're not taking her. We'll just go out and spend the day with her and hee and ha ha, and then we'll take off and go where we want to go and spend a whole week having a gorgeous time. That's bare minimum. Now let me tell you something. Because I was so focused on loving people, I didn't pay attention to how people were reciprocating that love. See, when you're focused on loving, you really don't pay attention to how folks are loving you because you're just focused on loving. You just love people. And you're not focused on how people are loving you until daddy opens your eyes and say, what are you doing? And you even tell him, oh, Lord, I'm so-and-so needs me and this needs to, but and I got to do this and I got to do that. And dad is trying to say, hold it. You've been doing that. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are they doing to come back to you? And I'll tell you when that started, when I married my late husband. My late husband was a family man. He loved intimacy. He loved closeness. He loved affection. He loved family. So him and I was straight right there. Okay. But here's the thing. He every weekend he was going to see his family, his siblings, because his parents was deceased. Every weekend he was going to see, he made his rounds to his sisters. He lived with his brothers. Or better yet, his brothers lived with him. Okay. But his sisters, they were in their own, and he went round to see every one of them. And I went with him, you know, because my sister, um, me and her were close. And so, I went with him with his sisters. But one day it hit me. I said, wait a minute. Every weekend, I'm going with you to see your family. You are newly married. And a lot of people say, well, they were probably looking out for the fact that, y'all were newlyweds and they didn't want to disturb you. Okay, I got that. But 23 years? 23 years. And you could not come unless somebody begged you. His sister, all the way, one of his sisters from New Jersey, had to call one of his sisters and rag her out. And that's when she showed up. And I told him when she got to the home, I said, okay, I'm trying to get this light. Yeah. I told her, I said, I know who called and talked to you. And she just laughed. I said, yeah, I said, but that shouldn't have to be. I said, that should not have to be. I should have got a pen, y'all, because this word me. I'm an old school woman. I just don't like my body open. I'm sorry. I'm not married, and nobody gets a free picture. All right. So that start and it started a riff. But I told him, I said, I'm not gonna stop you from going to see your family. I said, but until their tires can roll up in this driveway and see us sometime, I'm not going back. I said, now you can go. I don't have no problem with it. You go right ahead. I never stopped my husband from going to see his family. But what I told him was, until their tires can get up in this driveway, the distance from our house to their house is no difference from their house to our house. Same distance. And if we can drive our vehicle, burn our gas to go see them, what's their problem coming to see us? What is their problem to see us? Okay. And it made it a little more. I said, now I'm not stopping you from going. Let's get this understanding. I'm not stopping you from going. Okay. I'm not going. When they start making some trips to come and see us on Saturdays or Sundays after service, like you go and do, I'd be glad to go. Because now we have a relationship. I don't like one-sided nothing. I hate to even go in a city that has one-way streets. I can't stand it. The only way we can go is one way. Oh no. Let's meet each other. Okay? But I lived in that land for so long. I lived in that land for so long. And I'm glad that I don't live in that land anymore. I'm so glad I don't live in that land anymore. I'm so glad I don't live in that land anymore. And that's simply because of the fact that Daddy woke me up and gave me a fresh start. He pushed reset on my entire life. And that fresh start has brought a new image. Now, there are some people that still feel like they can treat me how they want to treat me and do me how they want to do me, and it's okay. And those are the people I back up from. Those are the people I don't have dealings with because I don't live in the land of devalue. I don't. I know who I am. And if you, those that were with me yesterday, you remember I talked about, uh, do you really know your opinion of yourself? Because you don't know if somebody has the wrong opinion of you if you don't know your own opinion. If you don't know your own opinion, how you gonna know if somebody's thinking the wrong way about you? How you gonna know? You don't know because you don't know your own opinion of yourself. You don't know. You see what I'm saying? You don't know. And by you not knowing your own opinion of yourself, how do you know if they have the right opinion or not? You remember we talked about Matthew 16:13 through 16? When Jesus asked uh, the disciples, what is the word out on the street about me? After they told them a few of what they heard, then they asked them, they said, okay, you all are the ones that are in my inner circle. And three of you are in the inner circle, in an inner circle. What are y'all, what's y'all worried about me? And when Peter said, thou the Christ, Son of the living God, Jesus knew, okay, good. We on the same page because that's who I am. Because he knew his opinion of himself. And this is what I'm telling you. I've lost weight, y'all. I'm having a time. I guess I'm gonna have to go out and just buy a whole new wardrobe. Okay. Because he knew his opinion of himself, when Peter opened his mouth and said that, Jesus knew, okay, my folks, my inner circle got the right opinion of me. But had he not known who he was, you know what he'd have said? That's interesting. Hadn't heard that one before. No, because you don't know your own opinion. But he knew his own opinion. And that's the same thing I'm telling you. Your own opinion of yourself has to be in place. Because if not, you won't know if somebody has the right opinion of you. You won't know. And that's a sad place to be, that you don't know your own opinion of yourself. Because then you can't be a new image and you don't know your own opinion. You can't be your new image. You can't. And that's not good. That's not good at all. And it's not good for the simple reason that you need to understand that you need to do what you need to do to walk in your opinion. See, when you first get your opinion, it's a thought. You haven't walked in it. You haven't really made it you. You're just thinking. But once you begin to walk in your opinion of yourself, what did my daddy say about me? I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm a marvelous work. What did my daddy say about me? I can do all things through him because he strengthens me. What did my daddy say about me? When he made me, he said what he made was good and very good. So you have to walk in that so that when somebody looks at you like, mm, you don't even pay it any mind. Because you understand that's their opinion of you, and you're going to walk in your opinion of you, and you're going to distance yourself from their opinion of you, which means you have to distance yourself from them. Yeah, but Shauna Grace, look, suppose that's my Ace Boone Coon, but suppose that's my family, and What? If your family don't have the new opinion of you that you have of you, what you gonna do? See, that's where the thought is. What you gonna do? You have to know that you are to walk by your opinion of yourself. I think about what um, Barack asked Michelle Obama. They were in a restaurant eating, and one of her ex-boyfriends, not that she had that many, but an ex of hers, because I don't want to say that doesn't sound good, because I don't know her like that to know what she's had, what she haven't had. But an ex-boyfriend of hers was in the restaurant, and he recognized and he spoke, spoke to Barack, and they went on and sat down. And I don't know precisely, I can't remember precisely how Barack phrased the question, but it was something on the order of you would, um, what would you have done if you'd have married him? I think it was. And Michelle looked at Barack and said, he'd be the president of the United States. I said, wow, he'd be the president of the United States. I'm like, man, ain't that something? For her to have that much confidence, what she was telling Barack was, it wouldn't have mattered who I'd have married. They were going to the top because of the favor and the good thing that I am. Whatever man I would have chosen to marry would be at the top because she has an opinion of herself of Proverbs 18:22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor. Findeth a good thing and obtains favor. So she knew she was a good thing and she knew she was favor. Favor carry you places money and education can. A lot of people are sitting in high offices today because of favor, not because they had a college education. A lot of them didn't. Not because they had the right bank account. Some of them are overdraft, but favor put them where they are. And she knew that she carried the favor that a man needed in his life to go to the top. That's the opinion she had of herself. Now, don't get me wrong, Barack did have favor. He had already paved his path in life. But married to Michelle carried him further than where he was. And now he dies as one of the former presidents of the United States. He won't die as a senator. He won't die as a civil rights, whatever. He won't die as a community advocate or whatever, all of those other uh, um, titles that he held before he became the president of the United States. Okay? He will die as the former president of the United States. He will lay in the rotunda if Michelle says so. He will be given all the pomp and circumstance of being funeralized and buried as a former president. Now, you have to have a real opinion of yourself to be able to look at your current husband and tell him that if I'd have married the former boyfriend, he'd be the president of the United States, if I can talk. You get where I'm coming from? Isn't that something? To have that kind of opinion of yourself. What opinion do you have of yourself? What opinion do you have of yourself? What are you telling yourself about who you are? Never mind the word on the street. Jesus didn't pay that no mind. He asked about it, but that wasn't what he was concerned about. He was concerned about his inner circle and his inner circle. And once he heard their opinion matched his, it was good. He didn't want to be walking with nobody and they had a different opinion of him than what he had. He had to go back to the drawing board and get 12 more boys. Of course, 9 of them you didn't even really hear about. Peter, James, and John, 9, 10, 11, 12. Peter, James, and John is who you heard about. But the opinion was the same. And Jesus could know that they had the right opinion of him because he knew the opinion he had of himself. He knew he had the opinion he had of himself. He knew it. What opinion do you have of yourself that lets you understand whether the people that's walking with you in your inner circle, in your family, in your place of worship is on the same page with you? What opinion do you have? What opinion do you have? Hmm? Because what you have to do is stay focused on your opinion of yourself. Walk in your opinion of yourself so that those who see you get to know the opinion of yourself. You get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? So as we talk this week, and I'll be here for a couple of days, but I'll make sure that the lighting is not sitting over my head and making it where it's distracting in a way. Um, we will talk some more tomorrow because I really want you to get this. Because many decades I did not pay attention to the opinion of myself, and it was mainly because I was going by others' opinion of me, and that opinion was very low, family and all, very low. I came with the low self-esteem because I'm an adoptee, and these are things adoptees struggle with. If your own mama didn't want you, why would anybody else want you? Then I had struggles with my adopted mom. So, I mean, how was I supposed to think anything of myself when nobody was teaching me that? Yeah, they would say things, but they treated me different than what they said. So how they treated me resonated more than how they talked to me. See, if I tell you you're special and I treat you like you special, it resonates. Okay? But if I tell you you're special and I treat you like you dirt under my feet, what I say is not going to resonate with you. how I treat you is. And if you don't have an opinion of yourself to know, oh, I don't need to be around you. I don't need to be around you. No. Let me move on. I've enjoyed our time together, but it's done. You get what I'm saying? This is where you have to become, this is where you have to come to in life. You have to come to this in life. If you want to maintain your fresh start, as we started talking about yesterday, maintain it. This is part of maintaining it. You must know your own opinion. You got to know your own opinion in order to know who to hang around and who to keep your distance, who to talk to and who to just chat with momentarily. Yeah, you got to do that. Because if you don't, what you wind up doing is going by their opinion instead of your own. I did it for decades, folks. I know what I'm talking about. You can't get me to do that now. You can come and sit $1 million in front of me and said, if you'll go by others' opinion of you, you can have this $1 million. I tell you, take that $1 million and put it right, take it right on back, wherever you got it from. You say, Shauna Grace, no, you wouldn't. Yes, I would. Let me tell you why. $1 million is good, but $1 million, come on. Buy a house, $1 million gone. I mean, really buy one that you really want. $300,000-$400,000. Then you got to pay the taxes on it. You got to furnish the thing. By the time you get through with everything, $800,000 is gone. You got $200,000 left. So what's $1 million? I was in a meeting yesterday, and the head man was talking about $1 million ain't nothing. Y'all getting excited over $1 million? What's that? You got homes that cost over $1 million. So what? You get what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell you is this. What you think of yourself, $1 million is just chump change. What you think of yourself, there is no price on that. Because that's what defines you, is what you think of yourself. That's what defines you, is what you think of yourself. So as we stay on this road and live in this city of a fresh start, let that new image come on out of there. Let your new image come on out. I'm excited. You know why? Because I look at myself every day. I am not. Even that woman, you see that woman over there in that, right there. Get my hand right. You see that woman right there? That's me. I'm not even who she is. I'm not. That picture was made a year or two ago. I'm not her no more. I have such a fresh start. And she was in her fresh start too. But who I am today, I've got to take another picture. I've got to take another picture. You know why? Because who I am today is so far from who she was at that time. And I'm excited about her. Who I look in the mirror and see now, yes, honey, the boldness, the confidence that I have now about who I am, yeah, that's it. That's it. So I want you to go on in your day Really get to know your opinion of yourself. And if it's not good, baby, chuck it out. Erase it. Take daddy's word. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. How marvelous are your works? I'm a marvelous work. Who? Even she was. But I am a marvelous work. I'm a good thing and I'm favor for a beautiful man who's been praying for a woman like me. I'm good and I'm very good because that's what my daddy called me when he made me. And I don't associate with anybody whose thoughts of me are different than what I just stated. I'm sorry, I can't. Because you're going to treat me the way you think of me. And since I know your thoughts do not match mine, no, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay? So you go on today, and I want you to really focus some more. Yesterday, I asked you to examine and see what are your thoughts about you. Today, I want you to start walking in the right thoughts. If you done your examination yesterday, like I asked you to do, and you found that your thoughts of you don't need them kind of thoughts. I hope you threw them out. And today, 12:01 a.m., today was a fresh start. Again, you get one every day. Those of y'all that been me, remember my mug say every day is a fresh start, every day. I want you to start putting beautiful thoughts of yourself in the place of them ugly thoughts that you had to throw out. And I want you to start walking in the most beautifulest thoughts of yourself. I don't care what traumas have happened. I have not disclosed my whole entire life. I have not, but trust me, I've had trauma. But I refuse to keep walking in the trauma. I'm walking now in my opinion, not the opinion of what brought the trauma, not the opinion of those who had very low opinions of me, but I'm walking in my opinion of me. I'm walking in my daddy's opinion of me. You may call him God, Jesus, Jehovah, whatever. I don't know what your relationship is with him. Mine, he's my life. That's my daddy. And now I walk in his opinion of me. His. Okay? I walk in his opinion of me. And I'm excited about that. I really am. I'm excited about it. Okay? So you enjoy your day and join me tomorrow. And let's finish talking some more about maintaining this fresh start so our new image blossoms. All right? See you tomorrow. Bye.